You're up!
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at the best video games that utilize a gorgeous hand-drawn art style. But before we get into it, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Dragon's Lair.
In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts.
We couldn't make a list about hand-drawn video games without talking about the grandfather of them all. Hitting arcades and Laserdisc systems in 1983, Dragon's Lair was an impressive feat of animation. Directed, produced, and designed by the legendary Don Bluth, it followed Dirk the Daring as he ventured into a dangerous castle to rescue the Princess Daphne. Just like Bluth's movies, the timeless style still pops today. Unfortunately, due to technological limitations of the time, the focus on hand-drawn animation meant a sacrifice in gameplay. It has a reputation for being ridiculously hard because of this, but it is still mighty nice to look at regardless. Skullgirls. The indie fighting darling Skullgirls made a big splash when it debuted. Part of this was thanks to the team-based gameplay inspired by Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but it also stood out thanks to its fantastic hand-drawn visuals. Every character, whether part of the original roster or from one of several updates, has a unique flair that really shines thanks to the pristine animation. The game has gained a huge following over the years, even becoming a mainstay in competitions like EVO. And that's no surprise. With character models this fluid and well-crafted, Skullgirls is just as much fun to watch as it is to play. Night in the Woods. The picture book-like art style of Night in the Woods adds a lot of charm to its setting and characters, but its story brings darker tidings. We play as May, a college dropout who has moved back home to the quaint Possum Springs. The narrative does a great job exploring her mental state while also delivering a tantalizing mystery. You see, folks have been going missing in Possum Springs, and there's something iffy about the town's closed mine. Each character is deeply and lovingly written, and each design is filled with such delight it's easy to lose track of time just hanging out in town. Grease. With no dialogue, Nomada Studios' Grease attempts to tell its story purely through animation and music. Needless to say, it more than succeeds. It follows a woman in a colorless world, bringing life, warmth, and joy back to it and herself, one color at a time. Where the start of the game is gray and drab, completing each section adds a layer of beauty as you continue forward. But even the starting area is enchanting. The game's visuals are a combination of hand-drawn and hand-painted. It's hard not to stop and stare in awe as Grease continuously springs to life. Unsurprisingly, the team earned several awards in recognition of their artwork. Gorag. Gorag is a delightful indie puzzler based around a grid system. Players must move tiles, combining and studying images to progress. Every single one is inventive and creative, impressing while also giving you a nice feeling of satisfaction. Of course, the hand-drawn art style and fun animations that occur when you solve a puzzle add a lot to the game's enjoyment. Developer Jason Roberts drew every puzzle by hand, taking inspiration from Byzantine art to make it feel real and historical. The images are also evocative, even including somewhat of a narrative about a boy who lives through war. The Curse of Monkey Island.
It's not that I'm trying to escape or anything. It's just that I'd like to step outside and enjoy an adult beverage.
The Monkey Island series has a lot of great games, but for the purposes of this list and hand-drawn art, we have to go with The Curse of Monkey Island. The third game follows Guybrush Threepwood trying to lift a curse placed on his lady love, and once again dealing with his nemesis, the undead pirate LeChuck. It was worked on by a different creative team than the first two games. The signature humor and puzzles were well intact, but the new team brought a change in art style. Everything was now hand-drawn, with the team painting over scanned-in sketches in Photoshop. This gave it a distinctly cartoony feel, which naturally matched its whimsical characters and story flawlessly.
Aw, how romantic.
Rayman Legends. For Rayman Origins, Ubisoft developed a special engine designed for bringing hand-drawn artwork into a digital landscape. For the HD Rayman Legends, the team undeniably made a moving work of art. Although there are some 3D polygonal bosses, most of the game is handcrafted. We already knew the sequel would be gorgeous considering the first, but advancements in lighting, crisper character designs, and lusher levels made every single frame a joy to experience. Beyond how good it looks, it's just a blast to play. Mechanics are simple but smooth, and every level overflows with personality. It also includes a bunch of remastered levels from Origins, as well as its own remixed ones, offering a lot to jump into. Spiritfarer. In every aspect, you can tell the team at Thunder Lotus poured a lot of heart into Spiritfarer. Players control Stella, the recently appointed replacement of Charon, ferryman of the dead. You're tasked with sailing across the afterlife, collecting and helping spirits to prepare them for moving on. Part life sim, part platformer, the game is at its best when detailing the lives and relationships of Stella's passengers. Each feels distinctly real since they were based on people the developers knew in real life, which makes you care for all of them. Naturally, there are many moments that tug at the heartstrings, and all of them are told through beautiful hand-drawn animation inspired by Japanese woodblock artist Hiroshi Yoshida.
Ooh.
Cuphead. The level of hype that Cuphead immediately gained upon its reveal due to its art style is nearly unmatched. Studio MDHR wanted their game to pay homage to 1930s animation and music, making their game resemble a classic comedy tune. The zany hand-drawn style drew everyone's attention, but when we all got our hands on it, many were surprised by its high level of difficulty. It follows Cuphead, and Mugman if you're playing in co-op, as they pay off their debt by tracking down souls owned to the devil. Most of the boss fights elicit only rage, coming in multi-phase bouts designed to squash you. But boy, they sure are nice to look at. Hollow Knight. As you descend into the dark and dank Hallow Nest, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Through incredible design and animation, few settings in indie games are brought to life as well as this one. Designer and artist Ari Gibson's hand-drawn creations were scanned directly into the game. It made getting lost and finding your way, a tradition of any Metroidvania, an actual high point because each area had so much beauty to discover. Then there are the character and creature designs, bringing unique blends of creepy crawly bug and gothic townsfolk. Hollow Knight's art style plays a huge part in creating the game's atmosphere, making the world a haunting but endearing enigma you can't help but burrow into. What are some of your favorite games with hand-drawn art styles?
Bandage this!
Share them with us in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great gaming videos every day.